Today I'd like to share how we are a part of the environment and how our culture is deeply connected to our environment and how we can come closer to the environment. So first of all, I'd like to start with the Sanskrit shloka, Yat Pinde Tat Brahmande. So what does it literally means? Now the word Pinde means our body and Brahmande, as we all know, it means the universe. So what does it literally mean? It literally means that all that is outside is inside us. So we are a miniature universe. Our environment is comprised of some important elements, and basically they are five: water, earth, fire, air, and space. They are also called Panch Tatvas in Hindi. Now, children, these elements which are in the atmosphere, they are also present in our body. Now, our body is 72% water, precisely the same amount of water is there on Earth. Our body is 12% earth, that is a solid part of our body. Our body is 6% air, like we inhale and exhale, air is necessary for our body. Our body is 4% fire, fire in the belly as we say, and then 6% space. So all the elements of the environment are present in our body also. Now, what is required, in the environment as well as our body? It is the balance. Now, whenever this balance is disturbed, whether in the environment or in the body, problems occur. For example, if there are too much rains, what happens? There are floods. If too much air is blowing, there might be storms, okay? So like that, if any element of nature is disturbed, it causes destruction. Similarly, in a body also, if one or the other element becomes too much or some element is reduced, then also we have problem. So we need to maintain balance in the environment as well as in our body. Now children, all our religious practices from ancient times, and all the healing therapies, whether it is yoga, meditation, or any other healing modalities, they all have focused on the balancing of the elements and cleansing of the elements. Now, you might have heard about Ayurveda. Now, what does Ayurveda believe? It believes that our body is a resident of doshas. Okay, these doshas are Vat, Pitta, and Kapha. Okay, now what are these doshas? These doshas again made up of the five elements. And Ayurveda believes that life cannot be fully lived if there is imbalance of these doshas. So now what conclusion do we come to? We come to the conclusion that our body is a play of these five elements, and so is this world. Okay. So now children, I want to talk about another healing modality that is called acupressure. Now what does acupressure believe? Acupressure believes that giving appropriate touch to the body on right places can energize and restore our health. Okay. Then another of the therapy is the Mudra Vigyan. And I'm coming to the thing which I'm going to talk about today. That is the Namaskar Mudra, which has become very important. Namaskar these days, especially during the pandemic, this Namaskar Mudra has become very important because we don't want to touch anybody, we don't want to hug anybody. So, this Namaskar Mudra is very, very beneficial to us. Now, how it is beneficial to us? Now, firstly, I talked about Ayurveda, remember, and all the doshas. Now, I talked about acupressure. Now, there in this hands, our hands have very important points which are connected to our organs and connected to our body. And what happens when we press our hands? They bring a lot of balance to our body. Now first let me tell you that our hands have all the doshas present here, and all the elements which we discussed, five elements, they're present in our hands also. Like our two small fingers are water element, two ring fingers are earth element, two middle fingers are space element, our index fingers are air element, and our thumbs are the fire element. So all 5 elements which we talked about in the nature, in our body, they are once again present in our hands also. Okay. And another, it is believed in our culture that middle finger of the right hand is our mind, middle finger of the left hand is directions. Right thumb is our Paramatma, God. Our left thumb is our Atma, or the spirit. Now, what happens when we join our hands? We bring the hands together. We are bringing all the elements together, all the doshas together. We are bringing Atma and Paramatma together. We are bringing mind, body, spirit together. So, all the elements and everything comes together in front of her heart chakra. Now, I'll talk about another thing, children. There is also a system called the chakra system in our culture. Now, according to this chakra system, heart is a balancing chakra, and there are 7 basic chakras in the human body. 3 chakras are above the heart, and 3 chakras are below the heart. So, when we keep the hands in front of us like this, it brings a lot of balance. And that is why, children, early in the morning when you come to school, we tell you to do the prayers, isn't it? That is a regular practice in our school. And we insist that you join your hands, isn't it? So now you know why we tell you to join your hands and what it does to you, So when you join your hands, all the yin and the yang and all energies come together in front of you. Now I'd like to tell you, children, then whenever we do any activity consciously, it brings a lot of benefit. So now you know why we are joining hands, and you should realize. Now at home, these days it's holidays, you just sit at home for 5 minutes, join your hands, and you will see how peace and how calm you feel, how tranquil you feel, and you feel that your energies are all focused. And when you do like this, your energies become focused, concentration becomes more, okay, and creativity flows. So this is the reason we ask you to join your hands. So children, today I talked about different elements and told you about all these different systems in our culture. Now, on a physical level, our body is made up of environment, as I told you. And on the spiritual level, this smaller self is a part of the one larger consciousness. So that was all I wanted to talk today. Namaste. Thank you. Stay connected to yourself and to the environment. God bless.